Hello guys, could you please explain to me how is it possible that Russia is a country that invaded Ukraine, continuously destroys our infrastructure, kills our people for almost 2 years, threatens the world with nuclear attacks, and it is allowed to participate in the Olympic Games 2024? What kind of Olympic Games these are? And how can a Ukrainian feel about that, knowing that many of Russian athletes are actually members of Russian army who glorify war in Ukraine? My name is Anna and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, you support Ukraine, please subscribe and help us fight. Informational war is very real and this decision of International Olympic Committee only supports my opinion. And my longtime friends, please check your subscription status and hit notification button. Well, this is a really bad decision that was made on the 8th of December when the International Olympic Committee decided to allow Russian and Belarus sportsmen to participate with neutral flags in the next Olympics in Paris. Why is it bad? Well, first of all, because this is a symbol, this is a signal. People from different countries, nations, like hundreds of nations, watch Olympic Games and they are used as a platform to spread messages, to persuade in something. And of course, Russian and Belarus athletes will use it to spread their narratives or at least to normalize cruel things they are doing daily in my country. Also, it is a signal that all of these addresses that many influential people and sportsmen organizations were sending to International Olympic Committee mean nothing. And either they were bought, I'm sorry, for a huge sum of money, or this is their attitude, but they don't mind any reactions. And I know that many organizations like the International Organization of Athletics, which actually does not allow Russian and Belarus sportsmen to participate in the next Olympiad, even after the decision of the Olympic Committee, and that is beautiful. But many people want to say this is neutral. This will not be neutral because all of these Russian sportsmen will describe a lot about the strengths of Russia. They will record lots of videos. They will give lots of interviews. It's also very important for Putin's internal propaganda. And this also demonstrates Russia is a part of the international community. It is an important part of the Olympics 2024. And this is bad. And this is very painful because every day I receive so many updates from the front lines. I see so many destructions in my country and people allow Russians to play. And I do not support the idea that sport is beyond politics. Nothing is beyond politics, especially in such turbulent times. And in Soviet Union, sport was a great part of propaganda. And once again, lots and lots of Russian athletes who will come to this Olympics 2024 will be actually from Russian army. I'm not saying they are sitting in the trenches, but they are doing propaganda for Russian army. They have ranks within Russian army. Some of them were pictured and filmed visiting Russian army, invading army in Ukraine. This is such a slap on the face, or I don't know how do you describe it. And this is also the demonstration that we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough. And there were lots of other signals when Ukrainian athletes lost their places because they did not want to shake a hand. For example, a recent event with a Ukrainian fencer, Harlan, who was a cool symbol for us, but she lost her title. She did not get her prize because she did not want to shake hands with a Russian athlete at the moment when Russians kill Ukrainians daily. I know it all reminds 1936 when International Olympic Committee decided to have it in Berlin, and they held it in Berlin, and Pierre de Coubertin loved Hitler and spoke very positively about him. And then in 2 years, the Second World War started. I think the Third World War actually started already, and the reason for that is Putin and his boys, his athletes, are allowed to participate in the next Olympics. So there is something really wrong with this International Olympic Committee. I don't know what shall we do, whether we will boycott or whether we will participate, because there are different opinions, and I think we should not erase ourselves from everywhere just because Russians are there. They will definitely use an opportunity to speak what they want, and we have to be able to counter fight their propaganda and spread the truth. But it's so sad. If you're new to the channel, to subscribe. This is the easiest way to demonstrate your solidarity with Ukraine and to help us inform more people about this very important war that must be won by democratic powers. Thank you so much for your coffees. You see, traveling in winter is not my superpower. I definitely caught a cold and desperately want a home, though Prague is beautiful. So thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons. Introduce yourself to my Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and our Discord community. Do check our merch shop. We have lots of beautiful presents that also work as conversation starters, and all the links that you need are below this video. Let me know in comments, honestly, what do you think about this International Olympic Committee and how shall we react? Slava Ukraini!